The Matrix is a film starring the breathtaking Keanu Reeves, Laurence Fishburne, and Carrie-Anne Moss that was released in March of 1999. It was a hit that would go on to win 4 Academy Awards, spawn 2 more films, tons of references in film and TV, video games, and comic books. But when it was made, I don't think anyone thought it would have people questioning their reality. So much so, even the likes of Elon Musk and astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson have given their 2 cents on the situation, with Musk claiming, "We very well could be in a simulation," and Tyson saying there's a 50-50 chance it's possible. Well, let's find out today on Life's Biggest Questions. Hello friends and welcome back to Life's Biggest Questions, the channel that looks to answer all those burning questions you may have. I'm your host, Jared Bronstein, and today we'll be talking about life as we know it. Are we living in the Matrix? Be sure to like this video if you enjoy it, and subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on a question you might want to know the answer to. Drop us a comment below with a question you'd like answered, and stick around until the end of the video where I'll be replying to some of your comments from a previous video. But let's get into this one. In 2003, a philosopher at the University of Oxford wrote an article questioning if we are living in a computer simulation. Nick Bostrom, who wrote the article, claimed that an extremely powerful supercomputer would technically be able to run a simulation as big as humanity itself. I know it sounds crazy, but stick with me here. His article, or essay as we can call it, broke it down into 3 arguments. First, humans are likely going to go extinct before we could reach a point where we create a simulation or technology similar to the Matrix. Secondly, a post-human civilization, meaning those living in the Matrix, wouldn't likely run simulations of its own evolutionary history. And if the first 2 aren't true, then he concluded the only other viable option is that we are currently living in the Matrix, or just one big simulation. As crazy as it may sound, Elon Musk has been able to get behind the idea. While on Joe Rogan's podcast, Musk explained with the rate that we are advancing technology in such a short period of time, that sooner than later we'll be capable of creating a real life-like simulation. He went on to cite how in 40 years we were able to go from Pong, 2 sticks and a ball, to games like Fortnite and World of Warcraft, where developers create entire worlds for us to play in. We also have virtual reality, and of course, none of the video game characters have any sort of consciousness, or so we think. Musk explained that eventually, if we keep advancing our technology, video games will be indistinguishable from reality. He went on to say the odds that we are living our lives in base reality, that is, real reality, is 1 in billions. To add to the argument, he stated, I quote, "If a civilization stops advancing, then that may be due to some calamitous event that erases civilization. Either we're going to create simulations that are indistinguishable from reality, or civilization will cease to exist," end quote. Astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson couldn't come up with much of an argument other than saying it's really 50-50 odds at this point. He told NBC News over email, I quote, "I wish I could summon a strong argument against it, but I can't find none," end quote. There have also been other theories, as we'll call them, claiming there's concrete evidence that we are in fact living in a simulation. For example, the Mandela effect. The idea here is that whoever is in charge of our simulation is changing the past. Others believe we're living in a simulation based on climate change. The argument here is that we could be living in a simulation that shows our creators how to solve an energy crisis. And the greatest argument of all? Well, there's no real possible way to determine that we're not living in the Matrix. David Chalmers, a philosopher at New York University, stated the following, I quote, "You're not going to get proof that we're not in a simulation because any evidence that we get could be simulated," end quote. So to summarize, there is no real way to determine whether or not we're living in a simulation. Of course, the idea itself may seem far-fetched or crazy, but if you consider how far we've come with technology in such a short period of time, how do we know other species or even generations haven't already created this stuff? We're just living in a simulation that they made up, or a simulation that makes us believe everything's happening for the first time. It's a tough theory to wrap your head around, but it's definitely a possibility. And as David Chalmers mentioned, any evidence or proof that shows we're not in a simulation could very well be simulated. I mean, how can we really know for sure? As always, I love hearing from you guys, so please drop some comments below with your thoughts on all of this craziness. I personally would like to believe we're living the real thing, but after writing this, I really can't say for sure. I really don't know. I look forward to hearing from you guys, and now I'll be responding to some comments from the video we did titled, "What if you spent a week underwater?" King Daruk said, "What if humans spent a year on the moon?" I think that'd be very interesting. I think I might just go to Mars with Elon, but if you want to try living on the moon, you can. Let me know how it is. Dragonator99 said, "Why does pizza come in a square box if it's round?" That is a question we'll never have the answer to. Snoozy said, "What if the Ice Age never happened?" That's actually a very interesting question. I'm not sure if the channel's covered that yet, but we definitely should. We'd love to know what would have happened. And that does it for this one, guys. As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this whole simulation Matrix situation. Do you guys think we're living in an augmented reality, or are we living the real thing? You guys gotta let me know in the comments down below. I've been your host, Jared Bronstein. As always, be sure to drop us some questions you want answers to in the comments down below. Subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss out when we answer your question. And until next time, keep questioning life, my friends.